So Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. So welcome to this session of Dharma Kshetra. We shall start with the prayer. Om Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananamalayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. So with the blessings of Bhagavan Krishna and the grace of Sadguru Sriprabhuji, here we are trying to understand and study the Bhagavatam and appreciate the entire episode of the birth of Sri Krishna. So far we have seen how nature prepared itself, Prakriti Mata prepared herself to welcome the Lord. And then we saw Vasudeva Stuti. Then we saw the glorious form of the Lord and Vasudeva Stuti. And now Devaki is talking about, praising the Lord. So we shall see where we are in this. Okay. We were in verse 25. This is Devaki's continuing. Okay, so far what she has said, she has described the form of the Lord and she has praised him and all that is happening. And Devaki is Devarupini. She is not an ordinary human being, naturally. To give birth to the Lord, you cannot be some XYZ. So here is Devaki. And she is also very much well-versed in the Vedas. That we will see now. In this verse, she is saying, Nashte loke dviparardhavasane mahabhuteshtvadi bhutam gateshu vyakte vyaktam kalavegena yate bhavaneka shishyate shesha sanyaha. We will see what all this means when somebody can chant this. Chandra, Martira?
Chapter, Amma?
Chapter 3 alva, Canto 10, Chapter 3.
Okay.
ಇನ್ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳಿ, ನೀವು ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Who else wants to chant?
ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ನಷ್ಟೇ ಲೋಕೆ ದ್ವಿಪರಾರ್ಧಾವಸಾನೆ ಮಹಾಭೂತೇಷ್ವಾದಿಭೂತಂ ಗತೇಷು ವ್ಯಕ್ತೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಂ ಕಾಲವೇಗೇನ ಯಾತೆ ಭವಾನೇಕ ಶಿಷ್ಯತೆ ಶೇಷ ಸಂಜ್ಞಃ.
So what does all these beautiful words mean? Nashte loke means what? During the time of pralaya. When does pralaya happen? So I think we have visited this cosmic timeline. Have we? Can anyone recall? Anyone can recall what is that huge timelines we are talking about here? See, in cosmic Vedic cosmology, the smallest, the Anoranyan has been measured and the Mahato Mahyan has been measured. Total, absolute subtlety. If you remember, we had spoken about the smallest unit of time in Vedic cosmology. Remember, it is the time taken for the rays of the sun to sweep across a grain of sand. That is how subtle it is. And that unit is called as Paramanu. Imagine, Paramanu. Yeah. And the largest unit is, it is infinite. There is no end to it. However, we can talk of the lifetime of Brahma. So nashte loke, when does the lokas become nashta? Dviparardha avasane, after millions and millions of years, the lifetime of Brahma. Prarabdha is 100, Prarardha is 50 years, Dviparardha is 2 times 50. So right now in our in this present time Kali Yuga, if you remember when we do the puja and all, we say Dvitiya Prarardhe Shweta Varaha Kalpe Vaivasvata Manvantare. That is the address, time stamp of where we are right now. Viparardha is the second half of Brahma's life, which is Brahma's day, not even life. Brahma's 1 day. 100 years, 100 Mahayugas is 1 day of Brahma. Something, it is huge. The timelines are very huge. So let me not confused. So 50 years, now we are in the 51st year of Brahma's 1 day. Okay. So after 100 years, Brahma goes to sleep. That time pralaya happens. There are 4 types of pralayas. 4 types. Nashta loka happens 4 types. One is what? Nitya pralaya. When we all go to sleep, pralaya happens. Why? Because for us the world stops. Isn't it? The world stops for us. That is pralaya. Nashta of the world. Nashte loke is pralaya. That is nitya pralaya. And there is naimittika pralaya. Naimittika pralaya is when Brahmaji goes to sleep. When is that? After 1000 Chaturyugas. One Chaturyuga itself is 43,20,000 years. After 1000 of that Chaturyugas, he goes to sleep. That is Naimittika Pralaya. Okay. And then there is Prakruta Pralaya. What is this Prakruta Pralaya? When Brahmaji dies, that is at 100 years is his lifespan. Brahmaji's lifespan is 100 years. So when after 100 of Brahmaji's years, he dies, avasani, when he dies. That is Prakruta Pralaya, Mahapralaya it is called. So remember when we all satsangis who are always in shravana, manana, nididhyasana and bhakti, if we don't get Jivan Mukti in this lifetime, we will all go to Satyaloka. That is Brahma's Loka, where Brahmaji will continue we will continue our studies at the feet of Brahmaji. When will we get liberated? During this Prakruta Pralaya, when Brahmaji dies. So imagine how much more time we have to spend in Satya Yuga, in case we go there. So it is beyond imagination, so let us not worry about it. Prakruta Pralaya is that. And then Adhyatika Pralaya is the ultimate Pralaya. Guess what that is, Adhyatika Pralaya? One should be able to guess what it is now. Nirmala, Adhyatika Pralaya. Another, what is that? Anyone? Adhyantika Pralaya is when we get moksha. Here and now. Jivan Mukti, when we experience, the world ceases to exist. It is all just Maya. Just happening. That's all. So this Adhyantika Pralaya is the best Pralaya. No? So that's what we are all aiming at. Adhyantika Pralaya. Anyway, in this shloka, what Devaki is saying is, when all the nashte loke, Driparardhe, after this avasane, when all this pralaya happens, what happens? Hey, 1 minute. There are stages to which this pralaya happens. That is very important for us to know. The first stage, see, suddenly everything doesn't go for a fat. There is from 0 to 100, what are the stages also has been described in our, in the Bhagavatam also it is described. First, when you imagine our deep sleep state, there is nothing. When there is nothing, there is avyakta prakriti. Because in deep sleep, everything is in sleep form, seed form, isn't it? So, you imagine our deep sleep and you imagine the Brahman without anything. So Brahman without the manifest world is avyakta prakriti, because the potential of manifestation is there, isn't it? So in our deep sleep also there is potential of manifestation in Brahm. Similarly, yatha brahmande tatha pindande. So avyakta prakriti is the first stage. And then when we start waking up, there's a kind of blankness and disorientation for a very, very fraction of a second. That is called as Mahat Tattva. That is everything, all the faculties are coming together, gathering. So in Brahman also, in the cosmos also, the Mahat Tattva is there in very, very, very subtle form. All the Mahat Tattvas, all the Panchabhutas, everything, they are in subtle form. For us also, when we are waking up, that blankness or everything is in subtle form. It is not yet come to the conscious level. And then the third stage is ahankara, which is the identification with all this will happen. Where am I? Who am I? I'm lying on my bed. All that is consciously, you might not say it to we might not say it to ourselves, but that identification, tuck, 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 happens. Oh, today is Thursday. Today is Saturday. We have Bhagavad Gita class. All this will just come just like that. That is called as the cosmic ego. The body identification will come. Sorry, this ahankara is just before the gross world. So the ahankara, the cosmic ego will come, and then prapancha. The fourth stage is prapancha. The gross world is also manifest. When you open your eyes and you see you're lying on your bed and all that, the gross world is there. In the same order also, cosmos is also, it comes to being like that only. So, vyakte avyaktam kalavegena yate. Here Devaki is saying, what is she saying? In that flow of time, the vyakta merges into avyakta, which is happening for us everything. In the Nitya Pralaya is happening. Naimittika Pralaya, when Brahmaji goes to sleep, that is happening. Prakruta Pralaya, when the Brahmaji dies, it happens. And Atyantika Pralaya, when I get moksha in this very lifetime, this avyakta, this vyakta will merge into avyakta. Kala vegena. In just the flow of time, all this will happen. So this is what is explained in this beautiful shloka. Mahabhuteshu, all the 5 elements, Panchabhutas, they will go into Adi Bhutam Gateshu. They enter into their subtle elements. Mahabhutas, the gross Mahabhutas will enter into Adi Bhuta. That is the subtle. And then the Vyakte will go into Avyakta. Kala Vegena, in the force of time. Bhavan, what will happen? Bhavan Ekah Shishyate. Ashesha Sanyaha. When this whole pralaya is happening, who is remaining? Only the Lord, only Vishnu. So we all know that beautiful shloka. Which is the shloka which describes during pralaya who is floating on the banyan leaf? Anyone wants to recall that verse? Kararavindena padaravindam. Who knows that shloka? Please, let us share it. Huh? Kararavindena padaravindam, mukharavindena vinimesha. No. Kararavindena padaravindam. That beautiful image of Bala Krishna floating on a banyan leaf. What does that signify? During pralaya, everything is gone. There are only the waters of consciousness on which he is floating, this consciousness itself, Bala Krishna. So he is a little baby and he is holding his big toe in his mouth. Kararavindena padaravindam. He is holding his big toe in his hands and his mukharavindena vinimeshayantam. He is putting it into his mouth. The beautiful image of that Krishna we all have seen. Then
Vatasya patrasya puteshayanam.
Vatasya patrasya puteshayanam. He is lying on the Vatapatra. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smami. So this is the image, metaphorical image given by our rishis to show that after every pralaya, Bhavani kahastis shishyate, only the Lord remains. The Lord means consciousness alone remains. This is Devaki is telling the Lord in front of her, Vishnu, you are this form of yours, you are that consciousness who alone remains. When the Mahapralaya, all the pralayas happen, you are still there. That is the nature of consciousness. Is the Devaki talking about Vishnu, or whom is she talking about actually? She's talking about you and me. As consciousness, I am always there. There is no pralaya for consciousness. It cannot become nashta. The loka cannot destroy consciousness. That is why in the Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say about this? Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha,
Nachainam kledayantyaapo, nacho shaheti marutaha.
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ? Describe the what is the meaning, Shweta? What happens to
Nainam chindanti pashyami. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, nainam chindanti
something
shastrani.
Destroy nainam chindanti
Shastrani.
Something about his weapons, right? Shastra, nainam chindanti. So destroy of shastra.
No weapons can destroy consciousness.
There you go.
No weapons can destroy consciousness. Arjuna is being told by Krishna. Remember. So Arjuna is worried that he is going to kill all his people. So Krishna is telling him, Arey yaar, don't worry. Consciousness can never be killed. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Chindanti means to tear apart. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Nainam dahati pavakaha. Pavaka is what? Agni. Huh?
Oh, I thought wind.
Pavaka is
Fire.
Dahati. So Pavaka cannot, Agni cannot burn consciousness. Nachedyan klede. What is the next line? Apaha. Water cannot wet. Water cannot wet it. Amele nacho
shati marutaha.
Wind cannot.
Go it away. That makes sense.
Yeah. So in this case, this is what is being said of consciousness. This is what Devaki is telling Vishnu, and it is about me. It is not about some Devaki somewhere in the Bhagavatam, imagine some lifetime. No, it is about you and me. Suma, Shweta, Chandra, all of us, we are consciousness. Nainam chindanti shastrani. How wonderful is that? Okay. Next shloka, enappa? What is the next verse saying? Yo yam kalastasya te vyakta bandho cheshta mahushcheshte yena vishvam nimeshadirstaranto mahiyam stam tveshanam kshemam dhama prapadye. Anyone else wants to chant this? Take a shot. Anyone? Try ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ. Yo yam kalastasya te vyakta bandho cheshtha mahushcheshte yena vishvam nimeshadirstaranto mahiyam stvam teshanam kshemam dhama prapadye.
ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹೇಳಿ.
ಯೋಯಂ ಕಾಲಸ್ತಸ್ಯತೆ ಅವ್ಯಕ್ತ ಬಂಧು ಜ್ಯೇಷ್ಠ ಮಾಹುಶ್ಚೇಷ್ಟ್ವೈನ ವಿಶ್ವಂ ನಿಮೇಷಾದಿಸ್ತರಾಂತೋ ಮಹೀಯಾಂ ಸ್తం ತ್ವೇಷಾನಂ ಕ್ಷೇಮಂ ಧಾಮ ಪ್ರಪದ್ಯೆ. ಏನೋ ರಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತವೆ.
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಇದು ಟಂಗ್ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಫೆಮಿಲಿಯರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ರಿಸೈಟ್. But you did a great job. So in this also, Devaki is continuing to glorify the cosmos, the cosmic form of the cosmic timeline, and the Mahat Tattva and everything. She is describing the glory of Vishnu. She is describing. She said she is talking about the timeline, this hours, second, minutes, years, everything she is saying here. This wonderful creation is under your control. This wonderful creation is a servant of time. And the time has got minutes, seconds, hours, and years. And this time extends for millions of years. But for you, my Lord Vishnu, you are the controller of this time itself. So I surrender unto your lotus feet. Avyakta Bandho, oh my Lord, you are the Avyakta. You are not manifest, but you are my Lord. Again, we are talking of the consciousness in us. It is Avyakta, but the consciousness rules. And all the hours, minutes, seconds, Kala does not, it is all under the, on the screen of consciousness only, all this Kala is playing out. Isn't it? And what is all this happening? For us as jivas, it all seems very, very real. Oh my God, hours, minutes, second, another half an hour, I need to run to work. I have to do this, I have to do that. We're so preoccupied by time. But for consciousness, nothing. Consciousness is the Lord. And for you, my Lord, oh Vishnu, it is just a cheshta for you. It's a leela. For you, it's a pastime. You know, coming and taking worth here and taking on KRISHNＡVATARA, taking on Ramavatara, doing all this for you, it's a pastime. Because you're the Lord of time itself. You are the Kshema Dhama. And to get away from this Kala, what I have to do? I have to prapadya, I have to surrender unto your Kshema Dhama. I just have to go back to I am. Even in the midst of all the busyness of time, when I just go back to this I am consciousness, that's the Kshema Dhama. I remember, avaga, just remember that, oh, I am consciousness. All this is fine, this Leela is happening, but I can go back to that. And then I feel happy and nice, and I get back the energy to work in this world. Kalaya tasmai namaha. Kala will go on doing its job. We have no control. Even God does not, even though he is the Lord of Kala, he does not interfere in its flow. So, just surrender unto this Kala, but go to the Kshema Dhama, avaga, just go. Okay. But why is Lord called the why is the Lord of time itself? Because Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, all that we saw. Because he can never be affected by anything, leave alone Kala. Okay. Next verse on the same vein. Martyo mrityu vyalabhitah palayan lokan sarvan nirbhayam nadhyagachat tvatpadabjam prapta yadruchayadhya sustashyete mrityurasmadapaiti. One more tongue twister. Who wants to try that?
Martyo mrityu vyalabhita palayan lokan sarvan nirbhayam nadhyagachat tvatpadabjam prapya yadrichayadya swastashyete mrityurasmadapaiti.
Beautiful. So it's all actually self-explanatory. Some phrases we already understand. Tvatpadabjam prapya. When I attain to your lotus feet, mrityu bhaya will go. Simple. That is what is being said in this tongue twister of a shloka. So the greatest of fears in any human being or any that fear is a basic fear of death. And but jatasya dhruvo mrutyuhu. Anyone who is born will die. Alva. There is no getting away from death. So that fear of death is always there unconsciously in all the ones who are living beings, that even animals, birds, everyone is running away from death. Vyala mrutyu vyala bhitaha palayanaha. Palayana is to run away. Vyala mrutyu vyala. Vyala means a serpent. So in this shloka, death is described as a serpent who is running after you to gobble you up. So, bhitaha, we are all fearful of this mrutyu vyala, the serpent of time, and then we are running away from this mrutyu vyala, the serpent of time which is going to kill you, gobble you up. Lokan sarvam nirbhayam nadya gachat. Everyone in this world is worried about this time and worried about this vyala, the serpent of death. Tatvadabjam prapya. If I take ashraya at your padam, swastha shete. I will sleep peacefully. Mrityu can come, I don't care anytime, because after I die also, I will attain to your lotus feet. That is the promise of Krishna, isn't it? You just think of me. Don't worry about death. When you die also, you will come to me. So, in this sloka, what this Devaki is saying is, fearful of Mrityu, everyone is palayana. They are running away from Mrityu and they are trying to escape Mrityu and going to different lokas, which is not happening because Kala will catch you everywhere. So, only the lotus feet of the Lord will give me nirbhayam, fearlessness, only at the lotus feet of the Lord. Spirituality is the only chara. There is nothing else that will work to become undisturbed mentally, physically. Yes, you will be disturbed when mrityu comes, when disease comes, when age comes. But that mental disturbance can be stopped here and now. If you take the refuge of I am. In the words of Advaita Vedanta, I am is my refuge. For a bhakta, the lotus feet of the Lord is the refuge. Swastaha means, swastaha shete means I abide in consciousness or I surrender to God. Swastya in Sanskrit, in our regional languages, swastya means what? Good health. So, in our languages, swastya is not just about physical good health, it's about mental peace and peace also, swastya. So, when do I have mental peace? When I don't have fear. When do I have no fear? When I surrender to the Lord. Simple. And when does this surrender happen? Yadrchaya. By chance, by Guru Krupa, by the Daiva Krupa, only this happens. That is also Devaki saying that also. Only with the grace of God and the grace of Guru, I can surrender to you, my Lord. That is what she's saying here. Until now, Devaki is describing and glorifying the divine form of Vishnu. Next, you know what? She comes back to her mother role. And she starts talking as if as a mother, she is worried about the child which is in front of her. Satvam ghora dugra senatmajanna strahistrastan bhrutyu vitra sahasi rupam chedam paurusham dhyanadishnam ma pratyaksham mam sadrusham krutishtaha. Yes, I think Chandra will only chant this because again a tongue twister.
Samtvam gora dugra senatmajnanaha strahi trastan ribritya vitrasa sahasi. Satvam gora dugra senatmajana strahi trastan britya vitrasahasi rupam chedam paurusham dhyanadishnyam ma pratyaksham mam sadrisham krishishtaha.
Yes, very nice. So here Devaki is telling this Vishnu, please withdraw your beautiful form. Your beautiful form as Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, your Saguna Brahma form, only the yogis in meditation, they can appreciate it. See, imagine what happened to Arjuna when this beautiful form was revealed, Virat Swarupa was revealed to him. He got scared. He couldn't take it. He also begged, Are Bapre, come back to your normal Krishna form. He begged. Here, Devaki is not scared. She's glorifying. She's looking at it with wonder. But she says, this form of yours, my dear Vishnu, can be appreciated only by the Sattvic people. And this Kamsa, you know what she is addressing Kamsa here as? Mamsadrik. He can see only the material form of yours. Mamsadruk. Mamsa is the material body made of flesh and bone. Drik. The one who sees only the material body is a Rakshasa. Okay, he cannot see the subtler element. He is not subtle. He is very gross. He is very tamasic and rajasic. This Kamsa is tamasic, rajasic, and he is a fearsome person. So please withdraw your form. Already this Kamsa has killed 6 children of mine. He has killed off. The 7th, I had a miscarriage. Actually, she didn't have a miscarriage. What happened to the 7th child? Balarama was born and she was taken. Mahamaya took Balarama from the womb of Devaki and deposited in the womb of Rohini. That is why Balarama is called as Sankarshana. It was a medical procedure that was carried out, isn't it? It was transported. But for Kamsa, it seemed as if Devaki had a miscarriage. So the 6 children he has already killed. Now you are the 8th. That Mamsadrik, that terrible Kamsa, who can see only the flesh and bones of you. He cannot see your glorious form. He can see only your flesh and bone. He is going to destroy you. And therefore, your form as Vishnu is appreciated only by yogis. Please make this form invisible to those who see only with the material eyes. Don't reveal this form of you to Kamsa. Okay? Because it is don't do it. That's what she is, that as a mother, she is requesting him to withdraw this beautiful form. Okay, next one more. Don't reveal yourself to him. One more verse on the same lines. Janmate mayyasau papo ma vidyatmadusudana samudvije bhavadheto kamsadahamadhiradhihi. Janmate mayyasau papo ma vidyatmadusudana samudvije bhavadheto kamsadahamadhiradhihi. Heli Rama.
Janmate mayyaso papo ma vidvat madhusudana samudvije bhavadheto kamsadaha madiradihi.
So Devaki is saying here, adhira, my dhihi, my mind is becoming adhira. I'm getting fearful of this Kamsa, who is going to come any moment and take you away from me. I know you are the Supreme Lord. I know you are this and that. But he is going to only see a baby here because of his fleshy. He is a Mamsadrik. He is going to see a baby. And he will take the baby and smash it on the prison wall. So I'm becoming more and more adhira, my dear beautiful Lord. Therefore, please arrange for the sinful Kamsa to be unable to understand. You please don't even come in front of him. Let him not even know that you are born to me. You are here in this physical form. Ma vidyat. May he not know that you have taken birth in my womb. Janma te mayi. Don't even reveal to him that you are born in my. That's what Krishna does, isn't it? He says tatastu to Devaki, and he goes before Kamsa can see him. Asau papa, he's extremely sinful man. That Kamsa is extremely sinful. And here Devaki is addressing Vishnu as Madhusudana. Why? What is the meaning of Madhusudana? The one who killed Madhu. Madhu, the Madhu Kaitaba. Those guys who come in the Devi Mahatyam. Devi Mahatyam, their mention is there. Madhu and Kaitaba are the wax from the ears of Vishnu. And they fight with Vishnu, isn't it? And he kills Madhu, Vishnu. So he is called as Madhusudana. So why is Devaki addressing Krishna as Madhusudana? The implication is, you please kill this Kamsa also. Like how you killed Madhu, you kill Kamsa also. So Samudvije Bhava Hetoho. And I'm scared, not for me. Look at that mother. She's saying, I'm full of anxiety for your sake. Bhava Hetoho. For you as this baby Krishna, I'm worried for you. Even though you are Bhagavan, you are a baby for me. Then the mother is worried. Because of Kamsa, who is a very evil man. So now we have a question for all of us. Is this behavior and this worry of Devaki, is it valid? What do you think? Should she be worried about her child like this, knowing fully well that he is God? What do you think?
She's a mother, so it's very valid for her to be, and she's human form.
She is human and he is also in human form.
And she knows about Kamsa also, with all these powers.
So the role we
Plus, she just gave birth, right? So hormones is playing a role.
That's a good one. Poor thing, yeah. And under
Yeah.
such terrible circumstances in the prison, looking at all the violence that has happened to all her other babies. Oh my God, imagine the status of the mind of Devaki. It's beyond one's imagination. Though she is Devarupini. Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the role, that the point here is, including Krishna, including Vishnu, everyone, all of us are playing a role. And that role has to be played to the fullest. Beautifully, it has to be played. If you are a mother, play the mother of a role to the hilt. You are worried about your child. Take care of your child. Protect your child. So we also know our children are basically consciousness. Body is only this, that, and that. But we have to take care of the child. The physical body has to be protected. The physical mind, the mind is also matter. Remember, the mind is also matter, subtle matter. That also has to be nurtured. Therefore, we nurture the child in the physically, mentally, emotionally, everything we nurture the child as mothers. So this is what Devaki is also doing. And then, even with God, the Saguna, that your Ishtadevata also, Bhaktas have a relationship with your Saguna Brahma or your Ishtadevata also, you can have a relationship. Like Hanuma, you can be a servant. I'm your Dasa, Dasoham. So what you do when you have the Dasa Bhava to your Saguna for your Ishtadevata, you go on serving. In body, mind, spirit, you serve your Lord. This Surdas, the blind saint, for him, he saw Krishna as a Bala Krishna, as a baby Krishna. So he was very protective towards the baby Krishna. For Tulsidas, Tulsidas was a Bhakta of Rama. So the very beautiful anecdote of Tulsidas and Surdas. I don't know how true it is. I don't even know if they were contemporaries. But it's a very beautiful story to illustrate the equation a Bhakta has with the Lord. So this Tulsidas and Surdas were sitting together apparently. And then a mad elephant came running and rushing. And you know, for what all these bhaktas who are always established in that bhakti mode, for them, God is very, very, very real. They physically feel the presence of God. It is not just notion for them. It is not notional, like how it could be for most of us. I don't know. For them, it's very real. So the Surdas, he starts running. Then Tulsidas is saying, hey, why are you running away? Suta said, that mad elephant is coming. I have to protect my child, Krishna. Tulsidas is, and Surdas tells Tulsidas, you don't have to run because your Rama is a full grown man. He can take care of himself. He has got Dhanush and all that. What about my little child, Krishna? Like that. So these bhaktas can be quite crazy sometimes, you know. That's what it is. So what we are trying to tell here is, you have a relationship with your Ishtadevata. As a mother, your relationship with the child is to protect the child. And one more aside here, there are 5 stages of loving your Ishtadevata. 5 stages. Same thing, I think we have done this, discussed it, maybe not so many terms. Very shanta. Quietly you are going about your duties and revering your Ishtadevata. So what we can slot ourselves into one of these forms, Shanta. And there is Dasya, like how Hanuman, Dasya Bhava is there. There is Sakhya Bhava. Sakhya Bhava, of course, our gopis, they were all Sakhis, Sakhya Bhava they had towards Krishna. Gopis alla. Sakhya is friend alla, Sudama. Sudama was a Sakha. Even Arjuna was a Sakha of Krishna. Draupadi also had that Sakhya Bhava towards Krishna. Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya Bhava. That is the mother's love towards Krishna. That is Vatsalya Bhava you can have towards your Ishtadevata. And then there is Madhurya, which the gopis had towards Krishna. So many, all the emotions you can convert it into love of God. So Devaki has got Vatsalya Bhava. So she is asking him to withdraw your opulent form and just escape from here before that comes up also comes. That's what she's saying. So one more verse and we can stop, I think, for today. There's one more detail which this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, this Prabhupada has given commentary on this Bhagavatam. And in this sector, he says, why Devaki is telling that you please withdraw your beautiful form, why she is saying is, there are 2 kinds of people who love Krishna. One is Aishwarya Purna. They love the Lord in his Aishwarya Purna, full of that Vishnu form. Alankara Priyo Vishnu, that form people love. So that Narayana, they do, they full Alankara ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಾರಾಯಣಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗಿರಬೇಕು. That what was described in this previously, Kirita, Kundala, this, that, armlets, waistband, everything, the Pitambara, with the crown, everything, that is the full Aishwarya Purna opulence. How you see the Tirupati Devata, I believe is the most richest form. But of course, the Srirangam, that Ananta form, that fellow also is very rich. He has got all sorts of jewelry. Beautiful. Aishwarya Purna Avatara, Sauguna Brahman. People love that. And there are another sector of people who love Aishwarya Shithila. It is, he says, Prabhupada says, of course, that is the words of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Aishwarya Shithila means they don't care about all these external, what all he is wearing, what a lovely crown he is wearing, what a beautiful, they don't care about that. They love the Madhura form of Krishna. Oh, he is holding a flute, he is wearing a peacock feather. So the 2 forms, one is called Aishwarya Purna and one is called Aishwarya Shithila. So the Madhura, the Madhurya comes from the Aishwarya Shithila form. Adharam, Madhuram. What is that beautiful Jayadeva's Ashtapadi? Yarik Bharate, Jayadevan Ashtapadi. So beautiful. He has described the Madhura form of Krishna. His lips are beautiful. His eyes are beautiful. Nayanam Madhuram. Akhilam Madhuradipate, Akhilam Madhuram. Everything about Krishna is so beautiful. So that is the Aishwarya Shithila form. Okay, this was an occasion to just go into that ashte. So one more of this Devaki's plea to Krishna. Upasamhara Vishwatman Adorupam Alaukikam Shankha Chakra Gada Padma Shriyajushtam Chaturbhujam. Now this is a simple verse. Anybody else can chant.
Yeah, I can chant. Upasamhara Vishwatmannam Ado Vishwatman Vishwatmannam. Okay. Ado Rupam Alaukikam Shankha Chakra Gada Padma Shriya Justam Chaturbhujam.
Simple. I think you can understand also what she is saying here. Upasamhara. Please withdraw. Vishwatman. My dear Lord of the Vishwa, please upasamhara ado rupam. This rupa of yours, please withdraw. Because it is alaukikam. It is not of this world. This is alaukika rupa. Isn't it? The form of Vishnu is alaukika. It is not of this world. So please withdraw this beautiful rupa of yours. What is that rupa? Shankha, Chakra, Gadha, Padma. Hingalla itkondu nin barbadappa nin kamsan munde. Shriyajushtam Chaturbhujam. Four-armed and decorated with all the opulences. Shriya. Abundance. You are the glory. You are Lakshmi. Because Narayana is always, that Lakshmi is always there in Narayana also. Shriyajushtam, with all your opulences, you are so decorated. Please withdraw this form of yours. Okay. One more of Devaki and then Bhagavan speaks. So we can complete this Devaki's verses today. Then she concludes with this. She's speaking to the Lord, and with this loka, it is a conclusion. Vishwam yadetat svatanau nishante yathavakasham prushah paro bhavan bibharti soyam mama garbhago bhut aho nailokasya vidanbanam hitat. Yaru heltira? Vishwam yadetat. Heli.
Okay.
Vishwam yudetat swatano nishanta
Nishante.
yata nishante yata vakasham
Prushah
paro bhavan vivarti so ayam mama garbhago bhutau aho lokasya vidambanam hitat. Kanisilla.
Good job. Shweta, you can also take a stab at this.
I'll try. Purnimaji, maybe you can help me. Vishwam yade tat swatano nishante yatha vakshasam purushah paro bhavan.
Yathavakasham purushah paro bhavan.
Yathavakasham. Okay, yathavakasham. Yathavakasham purushah paro bhavan. Bibharati soyam mama garbhobhyu. Daho aho nrukalos.
Vidambha.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hedu.
Aho nrukalasya vidambam hitat.
Aho.
Raga illa yenilla.
No problem. You have
Sorry.
attempted. No, sorry.
I'll
So,
try.
Yes, please.
Vishwam yadetat swatano nishante yathavakasham purusha paro bhavan vibharti soyam mama garbhago bhu taho nilokasya vidambanam hitata.
Correct ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಯಾ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸಾರಿ. ಇರು. ಇನ್ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಓಕೆ.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹೇಳಿ.
ವಿಶ್ವಂ ಯದೇತತ್ ಸ್ವತನೌ ನಿಶಾಂತೆ ಯಥಾವಕಾಶಂ ಪುರುಷಃ ಪರೋ ಭವಾನ್ ಬಿಭರ್ತಿ ಸೋಯಂ ಮಮ ಗರ್ಭಗೋಭು ದಹೋ ನೃಲೋಕಸ್ಯ ವಿಡಂಬನಂ ಹಿತತ್.
Very nice. So vidambanam, she is saying vidambanam means what an irony. Nroloka is this Mrityuloka, this earth. It is the Vidambana of this Loka. Aho, look at the Vidambana, look at the irony. You are Vishyam Yadetat Swatanau Nishante. The whole cosmos, Vishwam, Swatanau, in your own body, Nishante. In your own body, you carry the entire cosmos. How? Yatha avakasham purushah paro bhavan. In your space only, the whole entire cosmos is carried. How? Bhibarti so ayam mama garbha gobu. That one who carries the entire cosmos is now was born from my little avakasha in my body, small garbha. Look at the irony. Now she is marveling at this. How can this God who carries the whole cosmos within him, I carried him in my garbha for 9 months. In the small space of my garbha, I carried this Lord of the universe who carried the entire universe. Look at the Vidambana. Oho Vidamban Lokasya. That's what she is saying. She is marveling at all this, the irony of the whole drama. That is what we should also do when we are overwhelmed with things that disturb us. We have to marvel at the irony. Yo, what am I worried about? This is the Lord of the universe. I am the Lord of the universe. In me, in the screen of my consciousness, everything is happening. Yet I feel limited in this body, and I undergo all this, the birth, death, and fear, and everything is happening for me. How stupid I am. All this we have to tell ourselves. Ashte for today. Okay. We'll any comments? We'll do the closing prayer. Then you want to share anything about this whole episode right now, people, before we close? Any comments on Devaki's plight here? And what is my takeaway from this today? Something must have, there should be some takeaway from this whole episode, Alva. What is it?
I think this was nice. Lord Vishnu, you are the controller of the time, so I surrender. Anta now hakadre. It's good.
Yeah, correct. Just remember that I am not affected by all the things that are happening in time. Because
on the screen of consciousness, everything is playing out.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. Anyone else? Takeaway? Ashtena. I think all of them are agreeing with Padmaja.
Sarvam Krishnārpanamastu.
Sarvam Krishnārpanamastu. Okay. All right.
I think we are not the controllers. He is the controller. We always feel like we are in control, right? I feel like, oh my God, it's me. It's I did this job. I like so much embedded in our system,
correct.
Brains, our body, everything.
Yeah.
How do you get that humility back? By giving up your I. So
yes, madam.
When Krishna's humility was, he's the controller of the world, but he gave that up and came back into Devaki's small womb, right? When he can do that, who am I, right? Why cannot I do that? So that's how I interpret this.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Very nice. Chanag held that.
I think from time to time, we need to go back to the I am consciousness all the time, back of the mind, it should be there. I am Anta.
I am. That is my real nature. Krishna nature. Yes. Shweta Vadiyar, very quiet. Heli enadro.
Because my little Krishna is holding me, with some more other stuff. That's I'm not able to talk much.
No problem. Okay.
He wants to sing the song. It sings. Yesterday he learnt one song. He will sing.
Sing Putta. Samai.
You want to sing Samai?
He is the controller of time. Samai. Okay. Anyone else? Suma? Is he singing?
ತೆಗೆದ ನೆಕ್ಕೆದ ಕೈಯಾವನನ್ನೇ ಮುಖಮೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂದ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸುರಪುರ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಕಡಿಗೆ ಬಾಲಿಯ ಕಡಿಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಬಾಲಿಯ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿ ಹಾಕಿ.
ಓ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ ಪುಟ. He sung the glories of Bhagavan's Leela.
Yeah, yesterday they had Janmashtami in their school, so they taught him it.
Very nice, Samay. Thank you so much.
I like him.
So with that, we'll do the closing prayer, and then if you can share your idu. Oh. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya ಮೃತ್ಯೋರ್ಮಾಮೃತಂಗಮಯ ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವ ನಾನು ನಾನೇ ಶಿವೋಹಂ 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 ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ. Yes, I'll just stop recording.